Previously on Knight's Quest.
So, if we were able to fix your thievery problem, you would be able to speed along the process of getting our people into your town. My two associates and I are looking for some squeaky fun, if you know what I mean.
Steal from that orc right there.
Jonathan takes out the icosahedron gem, the bracer, and the blood gem, and just lays them on the table.
The Reckless Recluse smiles and says, "How about I treat you guys out to a night in the town?" And he leads you to a place that you guys didn't think you were gonna end up getting stuck at, but the Reckless Recluse walks into a bakery. Welcome everybody back to Knight's Quest. We're already laughing because, well, we make way too many jokes and I have to cut them all out because they're inappropriate. So if you're like, Nathan, I want to hear all these jokes, you don't.
Because
what
sometimes
you do want to
just
hear,
have to laugh.
What you do want to hear is our story. That's why we're all
That's
here.
debatable.
Now, Rainer, Katrina, and Jonathan are with the Reckless Recluse after winning a drinking game. Katrina is still a little tipsy.
It was
still
something else.
She's not drunk, but
you should have been there, guys. It was wild.
They were there.
I've been making recipes
for Dragon Spit whiskey.
They make a Hellboy whiskey, like based
the
on
movie Hellboy.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
They have it at the Mall of America, and it's like a fire whiskey, which would be perfect. While we're talking about this, because we're all here, I'm just gonna.
You guys are here too.
Yeah. I'm gonna go through. So I asked a couple of people as well for their ideas. So Lindsay's idea was literally just to have...
His wife.
Yes.
Right.
Her idea was literally just to have a clear liquor suicide, and then add grenadine for red color. So, like, literally just 1 part vodka, 1 part gin, 1 part Patron, 1 part Bacardi, 1 part absinthe. Just, like, all of the clear alcohols just to make it awful, and then add red color.
Would it have that spicy flavor, though?
I don't know.
Can we put the fireball in?
Dump in
Somebody else's idea was to use pepper liqueur because they make like jalapeno liquor, so to add something like that.
God.
Oh wow!
Also, I was told that Jack Daniel's Fire is better than Fireball because it's less sweet, so it's a lot less like sickly sweet. Potentially, you could also use a smoked garnish like rosemary or something like that to give it a bit more of a smoky flavor. And then that got me on the idea of smoking the glass, which is something that mixologists do, where they'll burn like cherry wood and then hold the glass over it and let the smoke fill the glass.
What I'm saying is, there's lots of options. If you guys have an idea,
and a sword toothpick,
of course, for the dragon tooth.
Exactly.
If you guys have ideas for all the fake beverages we make, let us know.
One of them.
I want some Vandelic tea too. We got Vandelic tea.
Yeah.
We got
That's just
Dragon
codeine.
Spit whiskey. But let's do the story.
I haven't contributed to this conversation because these guys are basically speaking Chinese right now. I don't know anything about these terms. Like, you guys are using terms I don't even know.
No, let's get to the story. No more drinks.
No more drinks.
All right,
you
are standing.
Home, but you can't stay here.
Last call.
There's a reason our story doesn't progress very quickly.
The expression of like weariness and fatigue on Nathan's face whenever we do stupid shit.
It's awful.
I'm just trying to get the plot moving.
Here, okay, let's do a soft restart.
All right, the 4 of you are standing in front of the bakery.
Yeah,
where Reckless Recluse brought you at the end of the last episode.
I always appreciate a twist that in a single ending word can be weird or shocking, and in this case the word was bakery, and I was just like, wait, what, a bakery for real? And then we stopped. That was the end.
So the Reckless Recluse walks into the bakery. What do you do?
Follow him?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Yeah.
All right. The three of
Wait, I examined the bakery.
It looks like a normal bakery.
Okay.
What does a normal bakery look like?
Well, let's look at it on the inside. How about that?
Okay.
So you enter into the bakery, and again, it
Through
is
which door?
the front door.
Okay.
The normal door.
Well, no, front door, back door. I didn't know if you were like
We're
entering
front.
in
We're
through,
front door kind of people.
Right.
I don't like your tone when you say that.
It sounded vaguely offensive.
It did kind of sound a little lewd. My question was, are we
Anyway.
entering through the front door, or is he taking us into, like, the employees-only entrance? That was my question.
No, we're just going through the front door.
Okay.
Right.
So you go into the front door, and it is nighttime. So normally businesses like a bakery would be closed at this time of night, but as many other businesses are in Glenwood, it is also the resident that the owners live in. You know, like with Leroy
sure.
Baker's family, and things like that.
Boy, now I'm wondering: is it a missed opportunity that Leroy isn't here, or is it a good thing that he isn't here because he would be flipping his shit right now?
There's been multiple times that it would have been nice to have Leroy in these other scenes. I'll miss him. We'll get to him later.
Yeah.
Just hang tight.
He's important.
He is important.
He's the
But you
hero.
enter into the bakery, and it smells like baked bread. There is just one lone baker kind of running around putting things away, closing up shop for the night. And he turns and he sees the four of you enter, kind of looks at the Reckless Recluse just for a quick glance, and so then he walks behind the counter and says, what can I do for you, fine folk? I'm closing up shop, but business is business. And the Reckless Recluse walks up. He says to the baker, yes, I have 3 potential new customers. And he lifts up the sleeve of his jacket, revealing the red wristband with the black slash on it.
I'm going to be honest, I thought you were going to take a different avenue there, and I'm a little disappointed.
What did you think I was going to do?
I thought the Reckless Recluse was going to walk up to the baker, and he says, yes, I have 3 loaves on hold, and he was going to open up the counter.
No.
Oh,
No.
that's okay.
We'll get plenty of coffee.
Is the Reckless Recluse this whole time, has he still been wearing like the spooky, edgy shadow
totally.
cloak thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Even when we're just in town or in a normal establishment,
Yeah.
he's still
Even
like,
though we know he's Viggo Mortensen.
we've established fantasy Viggo Mortensen, which is Viggo Mortensen.
Right.
Does Viggo Mortensen have a 3-fingered hand with a spider tattoo on it?
He did break his toe on set of Lord of the Rings.
That's
there
true.
you go.
Yeah.
It's the
I don't know
exact
how
same
those are
thing.
the same thing, but
It's exactly the same.
Just, I don't know, came to
appendage
mind.
damage.
The Reckless Recluse pulls back his jacket sleeve, revealing his armband, and the baker
Oh.
nods his head and goes to the back and pushes aside some shelves, revealing a door behind them. He opens up the door, and the Reckless Recluse turns to you and says, right this way.
Okay.
Yep.
He
Rainer is kind of, he's kind of shifted his feet. He really doesn't want to be the first one to go, but if nobody else does, he will eventually. Rainer goes first, apparently.
Goes first, a good boy. So Rainer leads the 3 of you
Yep.
behind the Reckless Recluse, and the baker pulls the shelf behind you, closes the door and pulls the shelf behind
Does
you.
it slam?
No, the door slams. The shelf does not.
Oh.
Door slams.
Slides on oiled hinges.
And behind it, you look at...
Is it difficult to say Reckless Recluse over and over? I'm curious.
We had a
Yeah.
whole episode dedicated to red leather, yellow leather.
Yeah,
I think
we
we're
did,
past
we
that
did.
At this point.
We name our...
No, I'm
plot
wondering.
points.
I'm wondering if you want to give him like a shorter, easier name.
No,
to
I'm sure we'll
say.
get that eventually.
No,
Okay.
it's too late.
Is this just
I mean, I'm not the narrator. Like, I don't have the difficult job here, so you do what you want.
Behind the door is a stone corridor. The stones seem to be very old. They seem to be very good build and construction. Not like any that you've seen normal buildings be built out of. Again, you can't quite describe it. Actually, it's very similar to the bricks that you saw when you were in the mine by Baz Al Ghul, and how you couldn't quite describe their texture.
Oh.
Okay.
I have a question, though.
Mm-hmm.
We walked into the bakery. He opened a door behind a cabinet, and now we are in a long stone tunnel.
Yes.
So, presumably, from the outside
Did
of the
we
bakery,
go
somebody could
underground?
perceive there's a very long tunnel going through town that nobody knows what it's for.
We didn't let me finish describing it.
There's
It's
a
also
bakery.
descending.
Okay. I'm with
There's
it
a
now.
bakery, and then there's just like a giant mountain range behind it.
Nobody look.
I was just imagining there's just this like rectangular tube that goes through.
Like someone built it out of Minecraft, just a bunch of cobblestone running down. No, it is descending, so we're going to the ground.
All right.
Yep.
But again, it's made out of, looks like the same kind of material that was made from in the mine. So it's smooth, but not completely smooth in that way. It's also very dark, and so the Reckless Recluse grabs a torch on the wall and lights it and leads you down the hallway.
Katrina kind of stumbles a little bit on the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay.
She's feeling herself. She's she just had like 5 good drinks.
That's true, she has.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So it's a long walk down, and so the Reckless Recluse says, so what's going to happen is you have proven your worth. You have shown me what you can do. And so I think it is only fair that I show you what the coin rats can do. And just to explain, I myself, while it may look like I am a coin rat, I am not. I am an unofficial ally. You could say I go out, collect intel, find people interested, bring them back here for a little sum. So I'm going to give you a little tour of what the coin rats have to offer, show you their abilities and services as you have shown me. And if you like what you see, I'll see what I can do to make sure that you can talk to the higher-ups, talk to the Black Slash themselves.
So in short, you are humans and resources?
I guess no one's ever said that out loud.
No one's ever put it in quite those words before.
Partly because I don't work for them. I'm more of like, I work.
You're from corporate.
Sure. I don't know why you gotta make this into a business model. They're like a gang, and I'm like a merc.
Business?
Okay, wait. You've literally taken all the words out of my mouth. I have no idea who you people are. You are an enigma, and that's why
I'm Jonathan Bismarck. Nice to meet you.
Oh, I'm the Reckless Recluse.
Yes, that's been established.
We know.
They call me that because I like to work alone, which is why I'm the Recluse. And I'm reckless because I take chances.
I'm with you, buddy.
Yeah.
They might as well call me Reckless Jonathan.
Please don't. There can only be one reckless person in town.
Oh, okay.
If there's 2, one of them accidentally makes a terrible mistake.
That's how being reckless works.
Yeah. You have too many of them, they all die. It's very dangerous.
Reckless duels.
All right, well, let's go then.
Does Rainer have anything to say?
Rainer is so confused right now. He's kind of hoping to... Well, his first thought was that he wanted to get Katrina so he could talk away from listening ears of like, oh my, what's our plan? But she's a little out of it right now, so he's trying to see if he can get Jonathan to say like, hey, what's our plan here?
I don't think we ever established, because there was no definitive thing at the end of the episode. In my head, Katrina isn't drunk.
No, she's not drunk.
Okay.
She did win the
Which is
drinking game.
amazing. And frankly, a little hard to believe.
She in between drinks, she had some crackers. You know, you gotta you've gotta balance food and drinking if you don't want to complete. You know, it's just safe.
I would say she's definitely not at her most aware.
I'm like 45% sure that's not how alcohol works.
No. If food does help
It does.
in terms of being drunk.
Yeah, but she had like 20 drinks. There were so
there was
many.
Like 4 drinks.
No. Yeah, because she had one before even anything happened. And
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And then there were a whole bunch more.
But again, I don't.
Okay,
think
it wasn't.
She's not like unable to continue going on.
Here's the final answer on this. Katrina is able to hold her own. She's able to have a conversation. She's able to think.
She's tipsy.
She's tipsy. Her balance is not
Tipsy.
perfect, and she's not
tippy.
100% aware. She's like maybe like 80 or
Great.
75%.
Disadvantage on all
She's
of my
tipsing
checks.
over this way, tipsing over that way.
All right,
But she's not like stupid or
Alright.
gonna make a dumb
No, of
mistake.
course not.
okay.
The Reckless Recluse leads you down the hallway, which has been just constantly slowly descending, very dark. This constant stone bricks.
This is gonna sound dumb, and I hate to. If this isn't interesting, I'm sorry that I'm doing it more than once. But I want to see if my bat, Peebee, is reacting at all to the situation we are in now.
I would say PB definitely feels very comfortable in this setting, being very dark and cave-like.
So there isn't some kind of like animal companion alarm going off of like, we're all in danger, we're gonna die. There's nothing like that.
No.
You didn't roll, you just like held it up and then dropped it.
I mean, I wasn't actually checking for anything. I just wanted to roll the dice.
Okay, yeah.
To give you
2 minutes and I haven't rolled anything.
Right.
To give you the illusion that there was a chance. And oh no, that's a 1.
Kind of like scratch him, not behind his ear, but like right above it. He likes that.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I've decided that's true.
Yeah, you can do that.
You guys make up the wide world and the
I give this
eclectic
bat.
personalities of this story. I get my bat.
Good.
Like,
Perfect.
that's all we need.
Perfect.
Let's keep moving. We got a lot of stuff to get through this episode, folks.
We are in a hallway.
All right,
Yep.
You're no longer in the hallway.
Oh.
Hey.
The Reckless leads you to the end of this hallway, and it opens up into a very large room. And you hadn't realized how deep you've been going until you enter into this room, and it is about would be 3 stories tall.
Oh.
In this underground room, but it is just one giant room. The walls are made of the same brick, and hanging from the ceiling are chandeliers and lanterns. And it is completely full of people. If you can imagine how busy the market was earlier in the day, it's about that busy down here with people talking and shouting. There seem to be stands all over the place, like market stands everywhere, and people haggling and dealing. If you can imagine like the stock market where people are always shouting and trying to get deals and numbers, kind of like that level of craziness going on down here, except everyone is scruffy and sketchy looking.
Are you implying that the criminal underground of this town is equal to the actual population of the town? Because that's amazing.
There aren't as many people,
Like,
but it's that same level of busyness.
Did you put it that way on purpose?
What do you mean?
The criminal underground?
Oh my... Okay, guys. This is... Welcome to the last episode of this podcast. I'm done with this. To the end.
You said it.
No, there aren't as many people, but it is, because it's a smaller space, it feels as crowded and it feels as busy. And when you enter into there, it does get a lot noisier. Mm-hmm. And you're surprised that you didn't hear it in the bakery or even moving down this tunnel. It seems that this room is just very good at keeping in the noise. And
Can you imagine if we did, though? If he was like, what do you guys have today? And we're just like, why are there people yelling
Just don't worry
from
about
far
it.
away?
I
And
have
he's
a
like,
radio on in the back.
yeah, it's fine. Do you want some bread?
And the Reckless says, well, welcome to our hideout, our literal underground criminal network.
Okay.
I feel like since you said it, I can say it. And so, there's a lot going on here, as you can see, but I'm going to explain some of the highlights that you may peruse and sample to make sure that you like what we have, or what they have here at the Coin Rats. And once you've tried everything out, I'm going to go talk to the Black Slash, let them know that you're here, and maybe they will have something for you afterwards. But let me point out some key figures. And he points out to some people in the crowd and up against the walls.
I'm making a prediction right now, but I don't want to say it out loud to you guys yet.
Okay.
What are you predicting?
I'm not going to say it yet. I'm going to write it down,
Nathan.
and then if I'm right, I'm going to show you guys and be like, hey, I was totally right.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like bringing it up now would... It's not that big a deal. It's not like a huge important story thing. It's just kind of a joke thing.
Okay. So he points out some people to you. He says, that right over there is the Pawn Eye. He can tell you the value and the purpose of any object that you have found while you are out stealing. Sometimes we just take something because it looks shiny. We don't quite know what it is. So you can bring it over to the Pawn Eye. He'll tell you what it is. He'll tell you what it can do. Tell you some fun facts about it. And most importantly, tell you what you can get for a good trade for that item. Speaking of trades, obviously we have tons of bidding and market stalls all over the place that will be willing to buy all kinds of things. But if you got something that no one seems to want to buy, we got Market Mark over there. And he will buy pretty much anything that you have. It will most likely be at a lower price than what you could get if you found someone who specialized in it. But if you need to get rid of something quick, or you just got a piece of trash, he'll buy literally everything, and he'll have almost anything for sale.
I thought you were going to say just let someone steal it. I mean, that feels like that would make sense.
You can do that too if you're very kind and want to make someone's day. And the last person of interest...
You let someone steal something? Oh, thank you.
Oh, wow, I haven't stolen anything all day, thanks, man. It's code of
I don't know how that would work, yeah.
Yeah. And the last person that we have of interest, we have standing over there kind of in the corner, is the Eagle. The Eagle, she knows everybody that comes in and out of Hidgety. Anyone who's here right now, anyone who's been here in the past couple of years, and maybe even the past decades, she has an eye for that kind of thing. And let's just say if eagles like to hunt Pidgeoties, well, this eagle likes to hunt those who enter Hidgety. I didn't make the analogy, that's just what people say, and I'm forced to tell people.
Wait,
Did you make it like rhyme on purpose though?
No, I didn't do that.
but does she actually hunt people?
No, it's more of like she stalks them, and
Okay.
she knows. Like she literally,
All right.
like she probably knew that you came here the second.
Hey, eagle! What's my name?
I actually kind of want you to be the
Wait.
eagle.
Okay.
So the eagle, I picture her. She is.
Nathan, hold on. I want to say to you, since we've gotten into this town, Jonathan has gone by one name and one name only.
Which was?
Like fuck.
It was like
wagon.
Turd Face or something. So, if she knows everything that goes on in this city,
Oh shit.
Let's see.
she probably knows him by a very specific
Well, Jake,
name.
here's how I pictured the eagle. Also, you just shouted into a very large crowd, so she might have not heard you.
Oh, okay.
She didn't.
But I picture the eagle as... Well, if she didn't hear you, then we'll describe the eagle.
Okay.
There
Do
we
you
go.
want me to tell her now or later?
Sure. I mean, we can see
Yeah.
her.
You can see her. She is a strong woman. She's not like huge and ridiculously beefy, but definitely well built. You wouldn't want to get in a fisticuffs with her. Picture her as bald, and her nose is crooked a little bit and would make you think of a beak. But please don't bring that up to her, because you don't want to get beat up by her. Yeah, she knows everything going on, and I imagine her to be very kind of stoic about that. So, if you ever talk to her...
I really like the scene we have set up here, and it kind of feels to me like a video game area, but in a good way, because
Yes.
there's like tons of stuff to do and stuff.
Mhm.
And the other thing is, it is kind of like not Rainer, but me as a player. It's kind of making me think like I kind of do want to be one of the coin rats. Like there's cool stuff to do.
So, the Reckless Recluse... Yeah. So,
I told you.
Ooh.
the Reckless Recluse, after pointing out these figures, he says, go ahead, talk to these people. Maybe you've got some items you want to sell. I know, Jonathan, what's your name, right? You found some interesting items off of that orc that you might want to sell or learn their value. I'll go talk to the Black Slash. And just to let you know, these services are free to you right now, but if you want to use them in the future, it's members only kind of thing. And also, no one's going to force you to join the Coin Rats, but if you choose not to, knowledge is power, and we don't like giving away weapons to people. So I will check in with you later. Let me know what you think. Bye.
I have one question.
Oh, yeah.
Is this kind of like a one town venture, or are there coin rats in other cities, or like?
The Coin Rats are local to Hidgety, yes.
Okay.
I don't know every detail of their history, but I know they are not an ancient group. Hidgety's had many thieves groups come and go because it's such a big trade network. But of course, thieves groups and gangs and stuff, they grow, they divide, they fight each other. And so right now, the Coin Rats are the only one in town, and so things are looking good for the moment. But, if they pass away, I'll be here to pick up the pieces. Okay,
All right,
bye.
that was ominous. Yeah.
That's my job. All right, bye.
Humans and resources.
Yep.
And he fades into the crowd. What do you guys do?
Gee.
Is there anywhere in this big room any elevated platform or anything that like somebody could potentially climb up on and get a vantage? Any sort of statue or?
Yeah, so most of it is pretty level.
Yep.
Mainly everybody's just on the ground shouting at each other. I would say that there seem to be like what might have been pillars at one point, just kind of like the stubbles of them, or the base of these pillars left in ruins. Some of them are being used as tables in market stands. There's a couple that aren't. That might be a little taller, and so it's inconvenient to make into a table. No statues. You can see far away on the far wall that up above, and maybe what would have been the third floor, there seems to be a dark and tinted window. So there's a room up above that seems to be watching everybody.
Okay.
I don't want to force you to repeat yourself too much. There was Market Mark.
Market
there
Mark.
was the Eagle.
There's the eagle, and then there's Panai, who will tell you the value.
Yes, that was it. That was the
your
one I
items.
couldn't remember. Okay.
Katrina is gonna start to walk away from the group and then stop and turn back and go, I'll be right back. And then she goes and she stands on top of one of the pillar bases that's like very close to the central market, and just cups her hands over her mouth and goes, "What of you illiterate douchebags took my wallet?"
I was thinking about that, but I was thinking about it in terms of, like, how could we possibly figure out who has the money and how could we get it back? I wasn't thinking of just announcing it.
And then she yells, and I'd be willing to forgive you as long as you give it back.
I'm going to need you... Now, normally I would say this would be a disadvantage on charisma.
Brazen.
But because I think you're striving for loud and obnoxious, roll with an advantage on charisma.
Ooh.
15.
The higher of the two rolls was a
15.
Okay.
Yeah, 15.
Yes.
All right. It's a very loud room, and so one person shouting doesn't seem to cause too much tension. But because you stood on the pillar, that does seem to.
I was going to say one drunk person.
Yeah, one drunk person standing.
But we just established that she's not. So.
Yeah, one person standing on a pillar that is a little bit more abnormal, and so the people who are closer to you kind of turn and look at you. And one of the people says, "Hey, lady, get off the pillar. We're all trying to do business here." And someone else says,
"That's my pillar.
Listen,
get off the pillar."
If you want to talk about wallets, there's Wally over there who gets wallets. But I'm gonna guess you're new here, and so the money's probably gone. They're not gonna sell the money. They're gonna keep the money. But if you want your wallet, talk to Wally, or Mark and Mark. Now, if you excuse me, I got some rotten fish to sell.
I just kind of like hunker down like a little shorter so I can be like a little more on par with this guy. And I'm like, you think I want my fucking wallet back? I want the money that was in the wallet back. Like, why is that? Why would you think? No.
Hey, you said someone stole your wallet. I don't know. It could have been like a valuable wallet.
Okay, no.
I've seen some pretty cool stuff down here.
No. Let me ask you a question here.
I'm in a business. Hold on. Excuse me. I'll trade in a second. Yes, what do you want?
I like your backpack. You got a nice backpack.
Well, thank you.
Okay, you got stuff in your backpack?
Well, yeah.
Okay, if I stole your backpack, I'm not gonna steal your backpack. If I stole your backpack and took all the stuff out of it and then gave your backpack back, you'd be kind of upset.
I mean, I'd be less upset because I still have my backpack.
But you get what I'm saying.
Like, I get what you're saying.
Okay, let me rephrase it this way. Some of you had 200 gold in your backpack.
You kept 200 gold pieces in one place?
I was going from one place to another place.
Hey guys! This noob kept all her money in one place.
Oh my god.
And then she came into town.
Oh, now everyone listens. Okay. No, it's fine. Who has my fucking money?
Listen. You're not getting your money back, lady.
Is this you, Nathan, telling me to get over it?
No. You can still try and find your money back. I'm just saying.
How
exactly.
on earth can we do that?
How?
No, I'm
shouting
you.
out to a group of thieves, "Can you return my money?" "Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. I'll bring you your money back."
Here, hold on. I like your armband.
Yeah, we all have one. Why don't you have one?
Can I have one?
No, you only get one of those from the Black Slash himself.
Well, where's he?
They're busy. You don't just walk.
Well, how do you know? What, are you his, secretary or something?
No, I sell rotten fish. I just established this.
Why?
Why are you selling rotten fish?
There's a good market.
For what?
You're
rotten
kidding.
fish.
To do with what?
There's, things you can do with it.
Do they reverse steal? Do they take other people's fish and replace it with rotten fish?
Some of them do. I don't care what people do with it. I am just the middleman. People bring me the fish, I let it rot, and then I sell it.
Okay, it's become very clear that you're useless. Thank you. Have a good night.
This might surprise you. I actually really liked that voice, though. I thought that was a good one.
Oh, thank you. All right, what does everyone else do? We've got so many fun things to do.
Rainer is...
I think Jonathan helps her down off the pillar.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a good one, but time's done.
We can go to the Eagle, who knows every person that's coming to town. We have the Panai, who can tell you the value or what any of your mysterious objects that you have do, because I know you have a bunch of objects that you don't know what they are.
Yeah.
And Mark.
Jonathan wants to go to that guy.
Okay. So Jonathan goes over to...
And Katrina, because Katrina's kind of leaning on him.
So they both go together. The Panai, he's kind of got his own little stand, his own little booth, and I picture him, he has...
An eye patch?
No. He has a bunch of different lenses that he can drop down in front of him to help him stare at something.
I like that.
I picture him as having...
The toy restorer guy from Toy Story 2.
He's got those kind of lenses. He's got a not scraggly beard, but like a small, little whispery beard, and his hair is kind of a mess. He is not a tall person, he's a little shorter, and he's wearing a brown trench coat that is old and weathered, and you can tell he definitely got it from somebody else because it is way too long for him and drags on the ground. He's bent over at the moment, kind of looking at this little box when he looks up and sees you two approach, and he glances at your wristbands and he says,
"Oh, you must be sampling all of the services."
Wait, so we got like free trial wristbands?
Okay.
no, you don't have any wristbands, but just the mere fact that you're here.
And don't have...
And
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Well, what do you got for old Pawn Eye?
And he's looking at you through all of his lenses, and his other eye is closed, so you just have one giant eye staring at you.
That are used to like examine things right in front of him,
Yeah.
so he can't see a goddamn thing. If he's trying to look at people through it. He's like looking in the wrong direction.
So you're over there? No, over here.
Jonathan takes out one of the pink icosahedron gems, and he holds it over the counter and goes, "What was this?"
Oh,
And right before he puts his hand, Katrina like slams her hand like in a wall, like in front of it, like, "Nope, I learned my lesson. Maybe not, Jonathan. Hold on to that for a second, real quick."
can I look at it without touching it?
She kind of like picks up her hand a little bit, and she like looks like very suspicious, like eyes narrow, and then takes her hand away.
Alright. Panai puts his hands up so you can clearly see that he's not touching it, but he stares at it, and he doesn't have to look at it for very long, and he can let you know.
Ah, yes, I've seen quite a few of these. Most people don't know what they are until they bump into them, but what we have right here is a very powerful little gem they got. Basically, these gems, from what I have ascertained through books and lore, trips to the library, go to library, kids. These gems were created by some ancient power, maybe the elves, maybe a magic spirit, who knows. But, long story short, when it matters to you, you can use it to enhance your own skills and ability to a random degree, sometimes a little bit, sometimes a lot.
Oh, I get it.
And they are valued at quite a high price. Probably sell, if you're in a pinch, 100 gold. But if you could get a good bidder, maybe even up to 1,000. But yeah, all you have to do to use it.
I'm gonna assume you're not a good bidder.
No, I don't do the buying. No. I just like to look. I like to look. Yeah.
It's difficult sometimes.
But
I like to look.
Try that one again and make it a little creepy? It might be harder. It might be hard to do that because you're already right there.
Mocking me.
I'm a little bit mocking you. That was very creepy. Okay.
I like to look.
I don't think you. That's.
He stares at you with just the one giant magnified eye. You look deep into his brown, scraggly eyes with red lines leading into his.
Can eyes be scraggly? I don't know.
His are.
All right.
His are scraggly.
They're scraggly
And they
eyes.
remind you like of an eye of a rat. It's a beating. They're kind of
course.
moving all over you. And he says
that?
He says nothing. He just looks at you.
I don't actually remember what he was responding to, so that works. Yeah.
But yeah, you can take these, what people call them, skill gems. It's the shorthand for it. And all you gotta do is
Roll it. You gotta roll it.
On a flat surface. If you were to look at life as some sort of stat-based game.
Chance.
All right, I built something in game. All right, you happy?
No, it's not bad.
No,
it's just
I'm
like
sorry.
the minute that you said it, I was
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness, I should have done that before.
So yeah, if you now this is Nathan saying to you guys, if you ever find more of these skill gems, you can use them, and you'll roll the dice. You'll add Murgic, and depending upon the number, you'll get different stats improvements for your character.
Cool.
And you can do those whenever you feel like.
Can we roll them for other people? Like, can Jonathan roll it for Katrina?
He can give it to Katrina, and then Katrina can roll it.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And actually, when you roll it, I'm going to tell you this much right now. When you roll it, you don't have to expend its ability right away. But it will give you one of your stats that you have written down in front of you. It will give you EP, or enhancement power.
Cool.
And then if you ever decide to use it, is when you will determine what value you get.
Okay. Cool.
There we go.
Did you have other things you wanted to appraise first?
I don't remember what I stole from that guy.
You
'cause
stole-
I thought I had given it to the Reckless Recluse.
No, you kept it. You also got a bracer that has I don't know if you wrote it down.
I didn't. That's why I'm saying.
You have a bracer that had a little arrow on it that was going in a circle.
Oh, yeah.
And you stole a bloodstone and the pink icosahedron. And I'm assuming you got your
money? No, he left the money.
He left the money.
Yeah.
You also, I'm gonna guess, got your feathers back because Katrina probably doesn't want them.
Katrina has them right now.
Katrina still has them?
Yeah, because they're her winnings.
That's true. Okay, so Katrina has the pound of feathers.
These damn feathers are gonna be in somebody's inventory for like the rest
Just
of this
pass
game
around, yeah.
forever.
Anyone else want to take advantage of Pawn Eye?
Rainer is in a different part of the room,
Okay.
so I'm kind of waiting
Yeah,
for
I'm
you
gonna
to
put the bracer on the table.
Oh, can I touch this one?
Yeah, sure. Katrina like looks at him.
He holds it up. He looks at it and he's like,
Oh boy, we got ourselves a fancy little doodad right here.
It's a bracer.
But it's not just any bracer. You see this little arrow on here?
Yeah.
This bracer is imbued with magical abilities in it, so don't have to worry about it draining your own powers. It's all right in here. But if you overuse it, it might accidentally start seeping into the energy of its wearer. But what I can ascertain what it does is luck and chance. Although the writer does have a lot of control in things, sometimes he lets us decide. And so if you ever make a mistake in life, this bracer will allow you to get a reshot.
Oh my god!
And they call it the Oopsie Bracer.
Is that set in stone?
Is that the official name?
Like, do I have to call it that?
That's what I'm calling it.
So you have the Oopsie Bracer. In layman's term, lets you re-roll any dice roll.
That's actually
one time.
really cool. Wait a minute.
Really OP.
Wait,
But
so
you
you
get-
say one time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you
Do I
mean
have to take the second one? Like, if I roll and I want to re-roll.
You re-roll.
Okay.
So you take the second
So
one.
the act of re-rolling is I am going to do the second one. So even if I roll worse the second time, that's what I have to do.
Exactly.
Okay.
And as he said, so it is imbued with some magical abilities on its own, but if you overuse it, basically if you use it a second or third time within like a day, then it might start draining some of your own energy that you have, your DP, your drainable psyche. I don't want you to just be able to like, I reroll.
Right.
So that's my way of
Right.
keeping you from doing that.
So it's one time a day?
Without any
Yeah.
effect. You can reroll it more, but it would
Okay.
start
Yeah.
seeping from you.
Yep.
Once
okay,
again,
yes.
I do want to ask: is that 100% the name that it has to go by? Like if I'm walking through the street and somebody's like, "Hey, that's a cool bracelet," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's the oopsie." Like,
Why would you have to call it that?
That's what he's telling. Where did you come from?
I'm not actually
You done
here.
doing what you're doing?
Not Rainer, Jamie.
Oh, okay.
Why would you have to call it that? Why
Well,
would
because that's what he's written on the card now, and so I don't want to be like, I use my oopsie bracer. You know, it's a bit of a buzzkill.
But I do want you to say that.
Okay, so here we go. I'm putting it on. There we go. Oopsie.
The name Pana is driving me crazy because it sounds so similar to something, and I can't figure out what it reminds me of. It's like some...
You'll never guess what comes through those doors.
What?
I'm Pawn Eye, and this is my pawn shop.
Best I can do is 20. Yeah, I don't know. There's like some character name or something that is close to that.
The Oopsie Bracer also gives you +1 to Miragic. Just because of its connection to randomness and chance.
Cool.
So there you go.
I'm done.
Another
Okay.
special item.
Gotta love those special
All right.
items.
Rainer, what are you up to?
Rainer is walking towards the eagle.
Okay.
Are there people talking to her, around her?
the
Is she
eagle
by
seems
herself?
to be by herself at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Rainer's
She's
thought.
kind of watch. She's literally scanning the group of people.
This
As she does.
This is Rainer's thought process of like, okay, keeping in mind what we're supposed to do somehow. This is an incredibly detailed and organized group of people that we are supposed to somehow shut down their operation or run them out of town. And this is looking more and more impossible the more he sees of this room. So I think he's going to choose his words very carefully, but he's going to approach her, and he probably does the voice break thing again. Obviously not on purpose, but like, but he's trying to be more like intimidating and unafraid this time. And he's like, "Excuse me," and it sounds exactly as stupid as I just. Yeah.
No, that's why I was laughing.
Yeah.
It sounded very intentional, and I love it.
Jake, do you still want to be the eagle?
Yes.
Oh shit.
I've been contemplating how old is she?
I imagined her to be older, but if you pictured her younger.
Hello, young Rainer. What can I do for you?
Huh. Yep. Okay, yep.
I have that effect on people.
Yep. His face is already burning. And he swore he wasn't going to get freaked out and, intimidated in this conversation, but that has already happened, and he feels like he's already playing catch-up. I'm sure you already know that myself and my friends are hoping to at least look into the preliminary decisions of joining this particular guild, if you will, and they're a bit more excited about the possibility than I am, and I'm a bit hesitant for a couple of reasons, so I was hoping I could ask you, given your knowledge of the city, as far as, the Lord's attempt to, do away with this particular venture, I was hoping to get your opinion is, how to put this, because when we were talking to, what's-his-face, he made it sound like...
Recluse?
Nope, the Lord guy.
Oh, Pedrick Cartham?
Thank you. He was describing the whole scene in a way that was like, we have our military and our militia, and we are trying to drive out these pesky thieves. And from now that we're on the other side of things, it's looking much more like this is a substantial, deep-rooted, it's not going to be that simple.
Have you said all this out loud?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, when I switched voice a little bit and turned to look at Nathan, I was hoping I should have made it clear that I stopped Rainer's actual question. So what Rainer actually asks is, I was hoping to get your insight. Do you think that these efforts to rid the city of the coin rats, is Lord Cartham, does he even have a chance?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Well, that certainly is comforting. And inside he's just like, shit.
Oh,
it's not good.
Absolutely it is. I mean, I'm biased because I know pretty much everyone. In fact, that man that was shuffling papers in the boardroom, that's Jim. He works for me.
The what?
Jim. He works for me.
No, the boardroom? Like back with the...
With Lord Cartham, yes, absolutely.
Wow.
I have eyes everywhere.
I'm intrigued you picked Jim and not the sweeper.
Yeah, no, the sweeper's just nosy.
Oh, that shit is sweeper. The sweeper's just nosy.
Rainer...
He's not a criminal.
No.
Rainer freezes in place. And
what's the matter, boy? Eagle got your tongue?
It's just, I didn't mean to, Rainer realizes that she absolutely knows. And she absolutely knows that they were sent on a mission to find a way to get rid of the coin rats. And the jig is up before it even began, and he's petrified right now. And he says, I suppose that's about all I wanted to ask. Thank you. And he turns and starts walking away.
Oh, Rainer.
Yes, ma'am?
Don't call me ma'am. I'm not old.
Okay, yep.
Just before you go, and then she's been kind of standing with her hands crossed in front of her, and she just kind of folds her arms, and she's got studded brass knuckles on one of her hands, and she just says, "I'm always watching."
I think his mouth is so dry he can't even say anything, and he just turns around again and keeps walking.
Perfect.
Oh boy, this is not good for the Murgic crew.
Do the three of you do anything else in this group, or do you wait for Recluse to return?
I don't really have anything I want to sell.
Jonathan, Katrina, does Katrina have anybody she wants to talk to? Any intel or?
The thing is, she conceivably will talk to literally anybody she walks past.
I'm thinking of her personal quest.
Oh, that right now, that's not.
Yeah,
that's not on the forefront.
No,
she just wants her money back.
Yeah, because right now she's had a bit to drink, and her only thing is I'm broke on this town. I came to this town with 200 gold. I'm gonna leave this town with 200 gold. So that's kind of where her mindset is.
I'm trying to remember if I have any money right now.
I mean,
a very small amount of money.
You all have a couple pucks, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Also, that's so much fun to say. You got a couple pucks.
Yeah, a couple bucks.
That's it. Well, if you guys don't do anything, then you kind of just wait in the crowd for a little bit, and eventually Double R shows up again.
You know what? I'm just a few minutes. I would feel so bad if I listened back to this later and I knew I had the chance to talk to Market Mark and I passed it up and he just faded into obscurity. Can I retcon and say Raider went to him first so he doesn't, because after this...
Before the eagle?
Yeah, because after this super important conversation, he's, shaking and freaked out. And I think it would be silly to have him go to Mark after that, you know?
Can I be Market Mark?
I'll describe.
Wait, does Market Mark buy stuff or does he sell stuff?
Yes.
I already forgot.
He mainly buys, but
Okay.
sometimes sells. Obviously, to make a business. You go over to Market Mark, and Market Mark's stand is bustling. People seem to be going there, but they seem to be going there disgruntled, as in this is their last stop in selling all their stolen wares.
Okay.
He's kind of like the whatever he got left, you just bring it to Market Mark and he sells it. And you look at his table, and the stuff he's got doesn't look very good.
Yeah.
He has a couple, just a bunch of random rocks and actual sticks, broken things. You think you see a pile of feces on there as well.
Oh, lovely.
There are a couple things that strike your interest. They just are a little dirty and worn, but still are weird trinkets. But Market Mark himself seems to be enjoying what he's doing. I picture him as a middle-aged fella where he's got brown hair and otherwise normal, body. But the one part that does stand out to him is he has a stripe of a beard going from the bottom of his lip down his neck.
Okay.
All right.
This brown stripe of a beard going down. Should he have a little mustache there too?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Because I feel like you can't have one without the other.
yeah, so picture just a stripe starting from the bottom of his nose, running down through his mouth, down his neck. So a little Hitler stash
What
plus
the
some
hell?
weird.
It's like
Yeah,
you were
same
designing
stripe.
it.
He's
Yeah.
manscaped his neck and chest
Oh,
hair
yeah.
to create this line.
It's like you
Just
were
this
designing
line,
a
yeah.
me, and then you got bored.
Yep. Market Mark.
Bum, bum, bum.
Jamie, you got yourself a jingle right there.
Oh my god, no.
All right. Market Mark sees you through the crowd of people, kind of like.
he just disregards everybody that's in front of him.
No,
Oh,
he's doing multiple business.
Yeah.
He'll grab something, throw him a puck, grab something from another person, chuck it behind him, throw them a puck, and he sees you and he says,
You there? Come on, step right up. Let's see what you got. Know you got something. Coming to see Mark.
I was kind of hoping to take a gander at what you have to sell, actually.
Not much in the sale. Anything you see right here. Anything you see right here is for sale. You want to throw me a couple pucks? You got yourself a deal.
I examined the table. I'm giving you another chance to describe something other than sticks.
all right. So you look for anything of actual interest.
Exactly. Yeah.
I want to hard sell Jamie on something awful.
I have just the item for you.
Okay. Well, hold on. I have $7, you guys. I have lost all my money except $7.
You're looking at all of them. You see.
Keep in mind, $7.
Yep.
Okay.
You see a bent rusty dagger, nothing too fancy there. You see some sandals that should be called flip-flops with just one string, nothing fancy there. But then you see a pouch
Okay.
that seems to be in good wear. In fact, it doesn't seem to be damaged. It doesn't seem to be dirty.
Okay.
It could hold maybe 7 apples in it. Just to try and give it a gauge of a size. I don't know why I picked that as my measurement.
No, I like
But
it though. That works.
That is now our metric for measuring sizes of containers.
Okay.
There's a 7 apple sack right here.
Yeah, multiples of 7. There's a 7 apple sack and there's a 14 apple sack.
Yeah.
Nothing in between.
No, there's a 21 apple sack and there's a 70 apple sack, which are like.
when you're feeling real crazy. Yeah.
I feel like a 70 apple sack is used for the businesses.
Yeah.
Gosh dang, the way we establish the world.
Yeah, and
we now
especially
have a
because
fucking measuring
must be a
system.
lot of apples in this world. for
Yeah,
it to
but
be
also because 28 apple sack is incredibly awkward to say, and it would never catch on as a unit of
No, it
measurement.
would just be no.
but we're doing
They
it.
would cut. They wouldn't say apple. They would say 28 sack or a 70 sack.
It sounds somehow worse.
Or apsack.
Apple sack.
Instead of knapsack. Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, so it's a 7 sack.
Apple sack?
7 apple sack.
no.
So
Yeah.
that's
And 7
it's
apple
not
sack,
tiny,
of course.
because I think 1 apple sack is about the smallest you could get.
Anyway.
7 apple sack, good quality. It is I want to picture a deep blue purple color
Okay.
with a golden thread on the outside to pull it shut.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't seem like it is.
I think he notices
Definitely.
Rainer noticing the bag, and he
What,
walks up and quick swipes it off the counter. Whoa! Forgot I left this here, boy. I can't sell you this.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, now why is that? It seems to me that, people come in, they sell you something, you give your money right back to them, and then
Well, you gotta understand, I like to keep some of the finer items for myself. Now this right here is one of those. I shouldn't even be talking to you about this. Honestly, some fella brought this to me earlier today, told me what it was, and frankly, I was pretty happy to give him a little less than what it's worth, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for this, then you're gonna have to give me something of equal value. Otherwise, it stays with me. I mean, there's quite a few. I got this knife right here, great for opening things. Not cutting, but just more of a crowbar, really. I got this here pile of pidgety dung.
Of
now,
course.
Surprisingly useful for oil and hinges. The baker upstairs has been making a lot of use.
That door, as you notice, very silent.
That's some health codes right there. Ooh, boy.
That's your first criminal network. Pile of poop.
He just described... I work in a restaurant. He just described using poop to oil doors in a bakery. It freaked me out a little bit.
But anything else, right for the picking. Anything else, but this bag, this one's a special one.
Now, Raina, you do have items to try and haggle this.
Yeah,
or you can just roll dice.
I don't want to sell them.
I don't say have to sell them. I'm saying you can use the abilities imbued in these items.
You want me to...
You can do whatever you want. I'm not telling you what you have to do. I'm saying...
Okay, for the record, ladies and gentlemen, the items I have are... Nathan is suggesting I can use the abilities in my items to somehow alter this bartering system, right? I have a pickaxe that makes lightning. Mm-hmm. I have a magical amulet that can do I don't even know what, so maybe that's the one. I have an ocarina that can make people, like, blurt out what they're thinking, and I have a bat. So this is a really interesting situation that I find myself
if not all
in.
Three, if not all four of those items could make a very interesting scene right now. That's all I have to say.
Oh my god, I have
Son,
no idea.
I'm gonna have to ask you to either shit or get off the pot. As you can see, I'm a busy man.
I got some sticks for you, Mark.
What sticks?
Sticks.
Are they just sticks?
I just picked them up on the way here, Mark.
You didn't steal them. This is just sticks.
Listen, Mark! You know you'll buy them.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Somebody already stole me a bundle of sticks earlier today. I don't have any need for sticks. I could go outside and get myself some sticks. All right?
Mark, you buy everything.
I'm hard selling.
Alright, fine. I'll sell you a whole 2 bundles for 1 puck.
Shake on it.
Shaking.
All right, here's 2.
The person next to you's like, you always buy 1 bundle for 1 puck.
Yep. What do you got to sell?
I got this boot. Just 1.
Just 1? What
boot.
size?
Big boot.
That's it?
1 big boot.
All right, hand it over.
1 big boot for Mark. 1 puck. Shake it.
All right.
Oh my god.
Someone behind you, Rainer's like,
Are you gonna keep moving? I got a whole 70 apple bag full of rocks.
What kind of rocks?
I don't understand this economy.
You got that is a heavy bag, my friend.
I'm a strong woman.
Step right up here. Let me see those limestone rocks.
1 puck, right?
You got it.
Where is the blue pouch while he's examining limestone?
I've set it back down on the counter.
Is it like within reach of Rainer?
It's on the counter.
You gonna roll quick hand?
I mean, it's a guild of thieves. Like, I'm
Well,
seriously
Rainer,
thinking about it.
Tell me what you do.
Rainer
Honor among thieves.
Rainer is panicking right now, and for a couple of reasons, one of which is Jamie in real life has no idea what to fucking do right now. So...
Well, you came to the mark. Like...
Yeah! But I don't know how to, like... I want this pouch, but I have no idea how to get it. And he clearly has no interest... Well, I mean, he does have an interest in selling it to me, but he wants to, like, sweeten
You
the
clearly
deal
just saw him,
Yeah.
haggle sticks.
Yeah.
He's
You can haggle back.
Yeah, but, like, I have $7, is what I'm saying.
You don't have $7. You have 7 pucks.
Yeah.
And he's been trading in 1 puck increments.
1 puck. 1 puck.
I got you right here. It's really not as big. It's not as
I know,
high
but I
stakes
want
as,
to...
You fought a fucking demon.
I did.
Yeah.
There's a bag. You don't even know what it does.
I want the bag.
So do something about it.
Jamie, I'm going to tell you this right now. Rainer can know this if he wants. Something that a merchant will do to make it more difficult.
Oh, no, I know what he's doing.
Ask him what he wants for the bag.
Well, if you were to give the bag up for...
I'm sorry, I just got back from a deal. What was that?
Yeah. Well, that bag you just told me that you weren't interested in selling.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, of course not. But if, hypothetically, you were interested in selling to somebody, what kind of price would you be thinking?
$2.
He pretends to think it over. You're strong-arming me on this one, but deal. Gives him 2.
I think he stops for a second, and he looks at Rainer, and he's like, now, I don't know how you do things where you're from. Typically, when I sell things, especially with the content of which they are given to me, these are not high-quality items. Now, I'm not saying this bag is different, obviously.
Right.
But when people sell me sticks, and they come to me to buy sticks, usually they try and get them for a deal.
There aren't a lot of increments between 2 and 1.
No, I understand. But I'm just saying.
I don't have like a coin cutting knife. Maybe you do. Maybe that's one of the items.
Right here on this here table. You want a coin cutting knife? I got you.
You want $1.50?
Oh.
Because I would no. You know what? I just realized that wouldn't work because I would first have to buy the coin cutting knife. and then we're back to square.
Now,
I don't even know which square.
Excuse me, folks. One is important.
Right.
I'm gonna give you a lesson in haggling.
All right.
You always have to assume you are smarter than the person you are buying and selling from. I never even considered selling the knife to you before using it. I just throw the pucks up on the table, slice it down, we're good to go. Okay. But now that you've said that to me, that is a way better sales plan. So yes, now if it's 1.5 pucks, you're gonna have to buy that there knife for a half puck.
Making it $2. Wait. So I can't buy it unless I already have it to cut a puck in half. Rainer, this is a real catch-22.
Rainer, someone behind you just says, just say you want it for 1 puck. Let's keep the line moving. He literally only sells and buys things for 1 puck. It's what Market Mark does.
Why do you have my accent now? It's contagious.
This is a question.
It is. Everyone behind you's like, just buy the bag for a puck.
Well, I don't mean to cave to the pressures of the crowd here.
Ryder.
I stand by my original deal, 2 pucks.
Okay. You got yourself a deal.
I don't want, enemies down here. 2 pucks.
We're criminals!
Criminals and merchants. There's nothing illegal or wrong or hurtful about haggling.
No, Mark, just sell it for 2 pucks.
Oh, it's done. It's done.
Shake
2 pucks.
Frankly, you're getting it for a bargain.
I would agree. I just want to make it clear, you said 2. If I had said 1, there's no room to bargain there. It's 2 and 1.
That's the bargain. That's bargaining. Where is it?
But there's only 2 numbers. Audience, you see why I'm confused here, right? There's 2 and there's 1. That's it. We're at a very unfortunate number in terms of haggling. There isn't a lot that can be changed between 2 and 1.
Right, but let's just establish. What if we did this? I'll sell it to you for 2 pucks, and you go 1 puck. I would have gone deal.
And it would have saved us.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that.
A lot of time.
Anyway, you got yourself a pouch, boy.
I didn't
Next in
know
line.
that.
All right, cool. Next scene.
And then Rainer goes and has the terrifying experience of talking to Eagle.
Yeah, you have the terrifying experience, Eagle. So you have not had a great time here.
Absolutely not.
In short, you had a terrifying talk with a woman who made you realize that she knows. You don't know if everyone else knows, but she knows that you've at least visited the Lord. You sucked at haggling.
Yeah.
You didn't even roll your charisma dice once.
It's not just that she knows we were there. She even knows what we talked about.
Yeah.
That's right. But you do have an item called the Mystic Pouch.
Yeah.
And Mark didn't tell you what it did, so you're not going to know.
Does it need to be spelled that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, that's how you called it. I like that.
Yeah. Does it give him anything?
It doesn't give you any stats.
Okay.
I will write where you found it. Mark it, Mark.
Yeah.
On there. And as soon as you discover what it does, then I'll write down what it does. So, you all return back to where you started. And the Reckless Recluse emerges from the crowd and says, hello, how did you enjoy our underground hideout?
It was awesome. I learned a lot. It was okay, I guess. I'm still right where I was 10 minutes ago, so...
Yeah. If you're trying to get your money back, that's not really how thieves work.
Why not?
I imagine.
They're literally here buying, selling, trading, and moving things around. So that's exactly how thieves work. Do you have a thing? Yes, I have it. Can I have it? Okay.
Were you gonna give someone back free money, or you just wanted it back?
I don't know, but we're never going to know that now.
Whatever. I talked to the Black Slash, told them of your maneuver that you did, and they were impressed. But, as is for everyone, you don't just get to join the coin rats because you did one fancy trick. So I talked to the Black Slash, and the coin rats have a system of who they like to steal from. Keep it nice and orderly so we don't steal from the same person every single time.
It's me. I figured it out. I figured out the system. It's me. You steal from me.
I got the answer.
The reckless recluse, still having his hood over his eyes, just frowns. And he's like, "Wow, you guys are really good at just wasting time. Quality. Anyway, we have a system where we steal from people in kind of a rotation so we don't dry up one business. And we got one business that we are going to be stealing from next. And the Black Slash thinks that it would be a good idea to let the three of you be the ones that try to rob this place. And if you succeed, and if you're interested, you're an official member. If you fail, or if you don't want to be a part of us, well, your pockets might be emptier in the morning.
You want my lint?
Yeah, they're already
That's what I
pretty
got.
empty.
That's what I got in my pockets. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna steal from who?
Are you interested?
I want to know what you're asking us to do. Like, if you're like, oh, go to the most fortified bank in town and take everything.
No, nothing like that. I'm not gonna say who it is until I know you're interested. Just in case you're not, you don't go tattling on them.
Give me one little tidbit minute. And he swings, because Katrina's still leaning on him, swings Katrina around and grabs Rainer, and we're all in a huddle now, and I'm like, okay, cards on the table. I really want to do crime. Crime is basically pranks, but you get paid to do it.
I mean, in this case, we're getting paid to do it.
Absolutely. But I'm not going to decide for everybody.
Rainer is once the group has kind of gathered together, he opens his mouth a few times like he's about to say something, and then he looks up at Jonathan and he just says, "Yeah, let's do it."
All right, Katrina, what do you think? I'm gonna find that fucker who took my money one way or another, and this is as good as a way as any. Okay, let's do it then.
Yeah,
I don't know why everyone's so quiet.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I will.
You were listening? Wow, rude. That was supposed to be a private moment.
I mean, you didn't step aside. You just kind of huddled together and then talked at a normal level. And I stayed standing here, and it's my job to be attentive.
You know what? You're right. I take that back. I jumped the gun on that one. I apologize.
Thank you. No, not a lot of people do that. It's good to know people care. Okay.
Well then,
You're in then?
Yeah.
absolutely.
Wonderful. He beckons with his three fingers, and he leads you back up the long hallway. He knocks.
Before we leave the room, Rainer takes a glance back at the eagle just to see if she's watching them.
Absolutely.
She is? Okay.
And she smiles.
I thought so. Okay.
And waves with the brass knuckle hand.
Rainer does not wave back.
Reckless Recluse knocks on the wall. It slides open. You leave the bakery and you wander back through town.
Are we doing this crime right now?
No, we're
Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah, jeez.
You didn't tell us what the crime was.
We're going to have a lot of explaining to Leroy and Quiz. So how'd your guys' mission go?
No, here we go.
To talk to the Lord.
Oh, great. We did crimes.
He leads you. It is now very late at night. There's hardly anyone walking around the streets. And he leads you through the market and down the main road towards the lake. And then he stops and he gestures to a building on the left. And he says, it's been a while since we've robbed it. Caused really any mess with it, so their guard should be down. Everyone should be asleep, so it should be nice and easy. But what I need the three of you to do, and I don't know if you have any experience with, interacting or messing with people like this, but I need you to steal from these blacksmiths. Hey everybody, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for listening. I'm so happy that you continue to come back, listen week after week. I'll be honest, I'm surprised that we're at 14 episodes now. I mean, it feels like I just started yesterday. So, hey, thank you so much for binging or staying with us from the beginning. For our announcements today, I have one of the coin rats with us. He is an analyst. He looks at things closely. He is Pane. Everyone, give a warm round of applause for Pane.
Well, hello. It is so nice to be here, to see you all.
You can't see them. Don't even make that joke, because it's an audio podcast.
Well, it's nice to be here on the show. Should I start giving the usual?
Yes, please. Go right ahead.
Well, if you're enjoying what you're hearing, please leave a nice review for us on the old website. Now, take a good look at it, a good gander. I'll give it a nice rating myself. I'll rate your rating, and I'm sure it'll be great. I love reading up on all the history of how you started listening or why you enjoy it. Oh, it's just so much fun.
Pana, I'm gonna be honest. You're making it sound like they shouldn't leave a review because you're gonna be all creepy about it. But his creepiness aside, please do leave us a review. It's just really encouraging for us to see how you guys are responding to the show, what you think about it. And on iTunes, it's really helpful when you get a lot of reviews. It helps more people to see the show, so we can spread the word.
Yes, also, you can just spread the word by telling people about it. And then, of course, tell them about my shop. Or you probably shouldn't, because it's an illegal crime organization, so actually don't tell them about that.
What else can they do if they like the show?
Well, you can follow us on Facebook at nights.quest.podcast and on Instagram on nights.quest, where Nathan will sometimes post things at an irregular rate.
Hey. I posted yesterday. So I post once a week. Just sometimes at the beginning, sometimes at the end, keeping you in suspense. But yeah, if you want to see what kind of stuff we got there.
Well, we got all kinds of things. I see all kinds of things myself. But on Instagram, we have things like special items that they might have picked up here at the market, maybe. Or maybe character sheets or maps, secrets, all kinds of good stuff. I love looking at it.
Alright, Pana, get out of here. You're too creepy for me. I'm not a fan. Alright. Is he gone yet? Okay, he's gone. I do want to thank you all so much for everything you've been doing, for just constantly listening, and for those of you who've been telling others about the show. I seriously appreciate about that. Even just telling one person, getting them interested, is so big, so crucial, and so we really thank you about that. Give them a heads up when you tell them to watch the show. The first episodes are a little rough around the edges. It gets better. Gets a lot better. We've been growing. So we really appreciate that you've been with us on this growing journey, this process of we've been learning how to do a good storytelling podcast, and as we are discovering more about the world and these characters. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned. We've got a lot of big stuff coming up. Next week's episode is one of my favorites, so stay tuned for that, as we will actually next week get to return to the journey with Leroy and Quiz and Faerun underneath the library. Stay tuned for that.